So in this we'll go with the slider crank mechanism. So you can see a figure which is you can see that if a slider crank mechanism is being shown there, and where the pressure is applied of 8 into 10 to the power of 4 Newton per meter square, that is the resultant gas pressure. Okay, so acting on the piston of a cross sectional area of 0.1 meter square. Sometimes indirectly the pressure will be given, where if you want to convert into a normal load, then you can use the help of the area, so cross sectional area. Okay, so you know that pressure whatever will be there, that will be nothing but whatever force applied per unit area only. So pressure always nothing but force per unit area. So if you want to get the force, automatically you have to multiply the pressure with the area. Okay, so that 8 into 10 to the power of 4, if you multiply it by the area, that is 0.1, automatically you get the value of load. So sometimes indirectly it is given. So now what will be the value of P? So it will be multiplication of the pressure and the area. So 8 into 10 to the power of 4 into 0.1, so you get 8 into 10 to the power of 3 newtons. Okay, and the system is kept in equilibrium as a result of the couple applied to the crank, that is 2, and through the shaft at O2, and you have to determine the forces acting on all the links including the pins and the couple on the link 2, that is the torque T2, and OA distance is given 100 mm and AB distance is also given, that is 450 mm. Okay, so first you have to draw the space diagram, and then using the space diagram you can draw the free body diagram for each link, same as you did in last class. So you can see the free body diagram below. You can see the free body diagram below there. So first draw the space diagram, then one by one you can draw the free body diagram. So at link 2, 3 and 4 respectively, all the 3 you can draw the free body diagram. Okay, then just I will explain this also, later you can draw it all together. So again, so from this, similar to the last problem only, so when the force is given here on the link 4, automatically you can use this because input force is given there, and once you know the value of P, so line of action for F34 and line of action for F14, that the direction is already known to you. So using this, when you take a polygon, you will be getting a triangle for this 3 forces, that is P, F14 and F34. So that same is being shown here, the triangle. So if you draw a P load, so P is already known to you, that is 8 into 10 to the power of 3 newtons. So take a suitable scale, and then when you draw a P, automatically F14 and F34, if you take the intersection point, you will be getting, and then from there you can calculate F34 and F14. Okay, so by measurement, so just check it out, the value of F34, you will be getting around 8.8 into 10 to the power of 3 newtons. Okay, and once you get the value of F34, automatically other things also is same, that is F34 will be equal to F43 opposite direction minus, then it will be equal opposite of to F23, and finally you will be getting F23 is nothing but minus F32. So finally you will be getting the value of F32 or minus F12 as 8.8 into 10 to the power of 3 newtons, and if you multiply by the length of that perpendicular distance, so here the value of H will be, if you take the value it will be around 0.125 meters perpendicular distance, and if you multiply, you will be getting 1100 Newton meter. Okay, so that will be the final torque. Okay, similar to the last problem. So it's just a little bit of change in the value and also the angle. Okay, so go through this problem and try to get the answer.